Good night of Shabbos, everyone. This week's Parshas Vayeilech. Parshas Vayeilech talks about the end of Moshe Rabbeinu's life, where Moshe Rabbeinu says, "Ben Me'av Esrim Shana Anochi Hayom. I'm 120 years old. I can't. I'm not going to be the one that's going to take you into Eretz Yisrael. My days are up. My days are up. 120 years." And in this week's Parsha, where Moshe Rabbeinu is kind of wrapping things up, we also have the final two mitzvahs that were given. We know that we were given 613 mitzvahs in the Torah, and the final two mitzvahs are in this week's parsha. One is Hakel es ha'am, gather the nation. That's one mitzvah, and the last mitzvah that I want to talk about is the pasuk says Ve'ata kisvu lachem es hashira hazais. Write down this shira. So pashat pshat, it means that it's referring to next week's parsha Azinu Hashmayim V'Adaber, to write down that shira. But we know that we learn from this pasuk, and the Mefarshim will talk about it, that when it says it's talking about the entire Torah. We learn from this the chiyuv that everyone has to write a Sefer Torah or take part in writing of a Sefer Torah. But we have to delve into this pasuk just a little bit. This is the message that Moshe Rabbeinu is leaving with us. This is the message that Moshe Rabbeinu is wrapping up the whole Torah, the final commandment that he wants to give us. So there has to be, you would think that there would be something a little deeper to it. So it's brought down that what it means is, and if you look at the Psukim, it also says that the Shira should be an aid to Bnei Yisrael. Meaning Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, my time is up. I've given you the Torah, but the Torah doesn't die with me, chas v'shalom. You have to kisvu lechem es hashira hazais. You have to write it now. Now it's your job to renew the Torah, to look at it again, to write it down and study it, so that it should be a witness to Bnei Yisrael, that it should continue and keep on going. So I saw a beautiful shot from Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs about why we use the word shira, and other Mefarshim talk about it. The Netziv talks about it. Aruch HaShulchan talks about it. It's talked about. Why is the Torah referred to in this pasuk as shira? And Rabbi Sachs says the following thought. He says that as a people, when we talk with each other, we argue. That's what we do. When people talk, they argue. The Torah has to be looked at as not just a book of laws that you pull off of a shelf in a law library that you can argue about. That's maybe one aspect of the Torah, but that's not what the Torah is. The Torah is a shira, a song. The Torah is a beautiful song. We know that songs get people emotional. All different emotions can come from music. And we have to get emotional about the Torah. Yes, when we talk, we argue, but when we sing together, we sing in harmony. And that's what we have to do with the Torah. Everyone has to learn the Torah. You have to write down the Torah, you have to live the Torah, you have to renew the Torah, like we said. But not everyone does it the same way. People do things differently. And that's okay. That's more than okay. Because it's a shira, it's a song. And when all people are singing the song, it makes a beautiful harmony for the Rabbeinu Shalom. So now we've just had Rosh Hashanah. Let's keep in mind to renew the Torah for ourselves in whatever way it is. Pick a way. Renew the Torah. And if we all do that, it will form a beautiful harmony to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbos.